Yeah, g'day all. Hope everyone's doing out there well. And once again, I apologise for the other day. The video that I put up yesterday was basically the reason why I'm so frustrated. But today, what I'm going to do when I'm going to jet off YouTube for a while, like I said, I've been trying to do, but I really just want to awaken people, and get them to the idea of what I actually know and give them the full realization of what it is to know everything of all about creation of inside and out, and that you have that peace of mind and that settlement of understanding. So with the Mandela effect, everyone's got their own thing. I'm not going to explain why the Mandela effect was done or who done it and what was the reason why it had to be done, but I'll explain how it was done. So you inside have a spiritual body inside of your avatar. It doesn't matter if you're connected to the tether or not, but there's awareness level for everyone as we raise frequency throughout our lives and we learn more and more and more. We get more in awareness and we raise our vibration frequency to get closer and closer to remember what it is to be spirit. And before the Mandela effect, those in Sagittarius were on their conspiracy research. They were on their awakening path. They were on their start to understand that everything itself inside of the physical construct isn't what it's always been. And you get to the point that the Illuminati are taking over everything, but it goes further and further and further and further when you can understand the existence of why they're here, and a lot more that of the design of the construct is basically there to make you remember. So with the Mandela effect, there was a manipulation for the time-space continuum and the electromagnetic fields and basically the quantum collective of consciousness energy, because when you're alive, what you're doing is actually you're storing your electromagnetic signature energy straight into the full source of the one, and your subconscious implants actually help it to gain understanding of what is everything always is. So your memories actually upload and download into the giant collective consciousness electromagnetic fields. And what happened is with the Mandela effect, this is why it was proven to you anyway through that. But with the Mandela effect, you shifted from that quantum space of the manifested indoctrination term Sagittarius in space, which is, if you read the book, you'll understand I talk nothing about space. I talk all about energy. It's just an interpretation to give people the understanding of what actually happened using the indoctrinated term of space and what we've been taught in the mainstream, so you can get an idea. But what happened is the consciousness energy from that one collective was shifted and put into another quantum collective, and the vibrational frequency of Orion's spur was alternating compared to the Sagittarius arms version of the reality that we were in. And because what happened is the energy was shifted from one and put into the other, we have a merged reality that is created from the subconscious collectives manifesting of the residuals, and we as the people that are shifted manifest the residuals into this physical reality through the thought initiative program and through knowing that basically what you remember is exactly right. And the Orion Spurs always had this reality, and this has always been existent to them without having any Mandela effect happen in this reality, so to them is nothing different. So all what happened is CERN and D-Wave working together basically manipulated the fields, the spinning around so fast at CERN that the vibration frequency of when they clash together, the particles and at the speed of light, we are actually manifesting those particles from our HEF and our subconscious combined collective, and because we manifest quantumly all the time in our own consciousness state of quantum singularities, then basically we were shifted from one of our own quantum state singularities into another quantum state singularity, and it was moved along right along the whole frequency of energies, just like a domino effect that allowed each individual from their avatar in each physical construct of vibration to move to the next and experience that they still have their full memories and they remember everything what it was from the Sagittarius arm, but the inside of the Orion Spurs physical avatar with the organ changes and the physical reality changes, etc. So that's all that happened. Basically, it's a wake-up. The main calendar warned us of the awareness level of the whole quantum collective would start to be able to get understanding and return to spirit. And what happened is that we have now been intervened by what we call God, and God has actually intervened, which I explain full on in the book and explain the reason why and what's really going on with the message and everything behind it. And it's not anything I've said online. I'll tell you that right now. It goes right into the deepness of all of it. There's every single thing explained in that, the reason why you shifted, the reason why you're here, the reason why you exist, and where you come from, and everything in between. But that is basically summing up exactly what happened, without me going into full much detail like I do in the book. But that is the reason why your consciousness energy, which is immortal, that can exist all the time, it is infinite, it is your son of God, and basically your body was shifted into another, your spiritual energy was shifted from one physical avatar to another physical avatar in another parallel reality of a multiverse. And when you understand what I mean by multiverse, you understand when you read through the book how I explain the universe, the multiverse, the superverse, and the megaverse, and you can understand that all dimensional mirrors come to a cease, to an end of all existence, and the infinite can be found within all those mirrors, and exactly what this universe really is. And this is the information straight from source, and as I said, when you read it you won't be able to deny it. So but I thought I'd help you understand exactly what happened. So basically, you were on your awareness track, you were on your path to enlightenment, and we as spirit inside of our bodies had enough of playing like a virtual reality game that we were beginning to think is really the real life, and we were beginning to destroy the whole idea of what a game really is. The messages that have been flooded into the matrix are nothing but a constant reminder of what the creator had intended for the full physical construct right throughout its design. It's just that people's intent inside of here and sociological program drive people away from the true purpose and understanding of why this vibrational matrix was created. After all, everything is created from energy, and it's just a persistent illusion to start with. So you've got to understand that when you're shifted from one persistent illusion into another persistent illusion, then there's that message behind it of what's really going on. And we've been led towards the understanding through all of the parts and paths of life that have actually taken you to give you a brand new realization to the start of, oh wow, that's fake, or that, just like you go into false flags. I talk a lot about false flags, and I cover that in my book as well, and the reason why they exist, from the Illuminati to the occult to everything else in between, just to give you that full realization of what reality is really about. It is not really a spiritual book to down to the T explaining like, oh, this is that, you must be good to this Nah, mate, it's just telling you 100% how it is through everything of reality, talking about the Illuminati, the fucking reason why they exist, what reality really is, what's in the afterlife, where did we come from, why we're here, what does the real meaning of life really mean out of everything, and it can be proven. I use biblical passages, etc. like that, and I use the religious indoctrinations that have been fabricated to explain exactly what is interpreted by that symbology, and explaining right behind all of that, and it goes right back into understanding quantum fields and that parallel reality and the infinite dimensional mirror theory. But you have to understand, this is not a theory, this is just factual. People out there that think this is a theory, it's not a theory, it's factual. You pick it up and read from the beginning to the end, and your spirit will resonate so much with it, because it's designed from spirit for spirit to reawaken. And like I said, I can simply explain the Mandela effect just like I did, and that's exactly what's going on. The more people that keep on wanting the Mandela effect to look for more residuals and stuff like that, of course you're manifesting, you're putting intent into a manifestation, into the physical construct. So you doing that automatically manifests residuals into this physical construct by changing vibrational frequencies. If you keep remembering something was different to another, or someone else comes along and they have an implanted image of some of the Mandela effect from the Sagittarius arm version to this reality, and we've come here and all of a sudden now it's started to change a little bit later, it's because the overriding frequency of that consciousness code inside of this physical construct is becoming merged. And that is what we're actually doing throughout all the quantum collective anyway. We're all merging to understand that all of existence is actually created by the law set of duality. And it's just that positive and negative that join together and create the neutral that manifests physical reality into existence. So, peace, love, and respect all. Thought I'd chuck up this little rant that gives you a full explanation of what the Mandela effect was. I'm not going to tell you exactly everything because it's in the book, and it tells you every single thing, why you're here, what happened. It gives you the few example explanations to give you an idea of what everything is. I don't go full much into the actual examples themselves. Like I said, the book is actually an instruction manual. It's not just a few things of like the what happened. The Mandela effect is later on into the book. You're looking at about page 200 and something to start with. So there's all that beforehand that gives you the realization of what's going on. In it, you'll cover everything paranormal. I've had many paranormal things happen to me in my life where I've seen seen demons, I've seen shadow men, I've actually communicated with many, and it's gone right down into the book to explain exactly what it all was and how it was actually manifested into the physical reality and why it existed. And it's there for other people to understand about their own paranormal experiences and the activities and how it actually is created into this reality. We go right into it, and we go right through the understanding of what we are for our quantum own self of consciousness that can manifest through all the infinite mirrors and how we connect to our own quantum self. We got quantum state meditation, like I mentioned before. It goes right to the design of consciousness itself and how it's always been trying to wake us up through planted codes of consciousness inside of this matrix that give you realization of what creation was always about, but has been fully ignored because of the everyday Joes not worried about anything like that, and the awareness level of many is so dulled down to just being that robot of society that no one can even see outside the box anymore. And from being in the afterlife, like I've said many times, and I'm willing to do a polygraph test, I'm willing to do all that, even with the light switch like I got mum on. People said that mum was interrogated. No, she wasn't. She was quite happy. She just takes medication because she had a heart attack last year and she had stents put into her heart. So she takes this medication that slows her really down, and it just happens to be when she was on camera last, she was on that medication. So don't worry about my mum. My mum's 100% happy. She doesn't feel interrogated, and I wasn't even aggressive. So, and if you wanted to see mum as an Australian, she'll fucking yell at you blue in the face and shit if you talk shit to her anyway. So, but the bottom line is that, like I keep explaining, this is the manual that just wakes you up and gives you that full realization of what happened with the Mandela effect, why the Mandela effect exists, what are you, what is your purpose now after the Mandela effect, what is your true existence, and it can disprove anything that's ever been said about life. It goes right through religion, and it just shows you exactly what religion really meant. It shows you what all of the physical indoctrination programs from the biological implant of understanding right down to the nuclear physics, astrophysics, and all of the symbology of mathematics and what it really is, and it just means fucking nothing. It's just a confusion construct to allow people not to even want to try to gain the full understanding of what it is of this full creation. And you can either put it in layman's terms or you can put it in complicated mathematic equations. So, but peace, love, and respect all, and I thought I'd help you with this. This is straight up of what happened with you with the Mandela effect and the reason behind it. So basically, we manifest the energy around us. We manifest all of creation through our HEF and our biosphere, and our combined collective of the entire the entire planet basically manifests the particles, the molecules, the atoms, and it's all about to do with the electromagnetic fields from the subconscious, superconscious, and conscious mind that manifest physical reality, working in accordance to the design of the creator that had planned for the actual original design of this illusion and not the construct that we've turned it into. Alright, peace, love, and respect all. Yeah, g'day all. Hey everyone, if you suffered through the Mandela effect, we'll get it now. We've opened up a merch shop right now, and there's one source of one. And these t-shirts show you that you've been affected by the Mandela effect, but you're not hiding it, and you're willing to show it to anyone out there to explain that you are affected and you shifted dimension. These shirts come from Urban Style, from the Urban Jedi, all the way to Spirit Clothing. Spirit Clothing, show exactly what you are on the inside, on the out. Hey